of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the October 3rd meeting of the Shawnee County Board of County Commissioners. I'm Aaron Mays. I represent District 3, currently serving as chairman. On my left is Commissioner Bill Rippon, representing District 1. On my right is Commissioner Kevin Cook, representing District 2. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
I assume, it looks like everybody got the memo, a great suit day.
Yep.
So, great. Madam Clerk, first item, please.
First item under proclamations, presentations, introduction of the new 4-H King and Queen, Daniel Biggs and Elizabeth Poling.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having us here with you today. My name is Grace Weens. I'm the Shawnee County 4-H agent. It is an exciting time in the 4-H year for us because it is both National 4-H Week and the first week of the new 4-H year. So if any of you have young people interested in joining 4-H, enrollment for 2023 is now open. We will take your kids. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. Shawnee County 4-H has a history of producing some rather exceptional young people out of our program. But I think instead of telling you about it, I'd rather show you our 2023 Fair King and Queen, Daniel Biggs and Elizabeth Poling. They were selected over the summer during our county fair to represent the county. And I'd like to turn it over to them and let them tell you a little bit about themselves.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Poling. I've been in 4-H for about 8 to 9 years, and through that I've participated in many projects like photography, fine arts, arts and crafts, and many more. I've gone to state for the past couple years with photography judging, and last year I placed 4th in the intermediate division, and this year I placed 8th in the senior division, which I think is pretty cool. 4-H has taught me so many things like leadership and teamwork, and I'm excited for this year to be able to represent 4-H and meet new people across the county. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Daniel Biggs. This is my 11th year in 4-H. I think it's a great opportunity to get to be 4-H King this year. All 4 of my older siblings have been either King or Queen in the past few years, and I've been involved in 4-H through the last 11 years. I started off doing bucket calf and photography and rocketry. Now I mainly focus on beef and sheep, but even though a lot of people think 4-H is just for farm kids and stuff, but there's really stuff for everyone, and I'd like to get that out there and just share with everybody and get more people involved in 4-H through the great interests and activities that we get to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For our commissioners, would mind, I'd like to do a picture, you guys.
Love to.
All right, thank you.
Good. All right.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for having us.
Thank you. All right, well, that's always fun. Next item, please.
Next item, item 3, consent agenda.
We have several items on the consent agenda today. If there's no objections, I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item 4, new business A, County Clerk number 1, consider all voucher payments.
Okay, under Equipment Fund, SBS Manhattan LLC totaling $33,045 is for security access hardware for 707 Quincy. Under Public Works, Bettis Asphalt Construction, Inc., $99,221.13 is for mill and overlay of Southwest 57th Street, South Topeka Boulevard west to city limits. Under Park Administration, paid with ARPA and SLFRF funds. Chance Ride Manufacturing, Inc., $97,500 is for 15% progress billing for Gage Park Mini Train. There's total vouchers as of September 30th, 2022 is $2,862,435.56. There's no questions or comments. I would move for approval of the vouchers.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item A2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B, Public Works, number 1, consider approval to award bid to Builder's Choice Aggregates for 12,000 tons of sand. Funding will come from various fund accounts depending on the material's specific location for use.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. We received 2 bids, the usual 2 bids that we normally receive. This year, Builder's Choice was cheaper at $110,400, and we would like you to approve that agreement so that they can supply sand for snow and ice control, traction during the winter of 2022 and 2023. Any questions?
Questions for Kurt?
Just briefly.
Yep.
Kurt, the bids are $7,000 apart. One's in Perry and one's in Shawnee County. Do we have to pay any price in the transportation, or does that affect it at all?
Nope, that's all included.
All right, nothing else then.
Okay, any other questions?
I'll move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B2, consider approval to award bid to Scottwood Industries LLC for 20,000 gallons of calcium chloride. Funding will come from the 2022 and 2023 Public Works operating budget.
Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. Again, this is a material that we use for snow and ice control during the winter. Unfortunately, we only received 1 bid over the past 4 or 5 years. We've always received 1 bid from the Scottwood Industries. As such, I recommend its approval, and any questions from you, I welcome.
Any questions? All right. Then I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed, motion passes 3-0. Next item, please.
Item B3, consider approval to issue requests for qualification for engineering design services related to a road improvement project on Southwest Auburn Road from the intersection, intersection between Southwest 29th Street to, but not including, the intersection with K4, a distance of approximately 0.5 miles. This project will be funded using a variety of sources over multiple budget years.
Good morning again, Commissioners. Kurt Niehaus, Director of Public Works. Back in 2019, late, we finished Southeast 29th Street. Back in 2020, late, we finished Southeast 29th Street, and then in 2021, late, we finished Southeast 45th Street. I would like to move from Southwest 45th Street and concentrate on Auburn Road at this time. Originally, we were going to do just the intersection at 29th and Auburn Road, but considering some developments that have taken place in that area, we will include a leg from 29th Street north to the intersection of K4, but not including that intersection. As indicated in my memo, the intersection at 29th and Auburn Road is the 3rd highest for all types of crashes, 2nd highest for fatality and serious type crashes. I think now's the time to move to Auburn Road. USD 437 is in the planning stages of placing a middle and high school complex at the northeast quadrant of 29th and Auburn Road. I believe at this time, Public Works, Shawnee County Public Works would be negligent not to move to Auburn Road and improve that at this time. We hope to have this project completed by August of 2025 before the school district uses the new facilities. Any questions?
Mr. Chairman.
Yep.
Go ahead, Bill.
What will these improvements look like? Are we widening the road? Are we improving the shoulders, or what?
Yes, probably, again, this project area from 21st Street through 37th is under study. It's a KDOT transportation study. So I don't know yet what they're going to recommend, but I'm be very surprised if the roundabout at 29th Street is not recommended. As a minimum, we'll have 3 lanes, 2 through lanes with a center turn lane. I'm guessing we'll have the usual sidewalk on one side, 10-foot multi-use path on the other. What hasn't been decided yet, but what I think will occur is we'll go to a curb and gutter, because it won't be long, and this will be with the development we're seeing in the northeast quadrant with the school district, and some commercial development that may take place on the west side of Auburn Road. I think it won't be long, and an urban section will be most appropriate. So I believe kind of a curb and gutter is where we're headed. There are advantages to curb and gutter. You can get more lanes in a narrower section. Curb and gutter tends to slow traffic down. Of course, a roundabout does a good job of doing that also, to answer the question.
What about drainage? Would still be a ditch type for storm?
That, we could go either way on that. Even if we had curb and gutter, we could drop the inlets out into open ditches, or we could have an enclosed drainage system. I hate to kind of commit to one or
Sure.
the other at this time.
There are 2 questions.
Sure.
The first is as to those traffic studies. The traffic study looking at the impact of the schools being built and traffic ways in and out, traffic flow, to make sure that we're going to be not blocked up or a good flow of traffic.
Absolutely. I have made it clear to the school district, I don't want traffic backed up on either 29th or Auburn Road due to those people wanting to make a left turn in to the school complex. And the consultant doing the traffic study for USD 437, as well as the team that are focused on our transportation study, are all in agreement. We need to do whatever we can to avoid any long traffic backups due to left turns like what we have on Shawnee Heights Road and North Topeka Boulevard.
And then secondly, as a point of information, jurisdictionally, who maintains the roads there? Is it the state? Is it the township? Is it the county? Is it all 3?
The state maintains Auburn Road from I-70 down to K4, including the intersection. That is where, the south side of that intersection at K4 is where Shawnee County takes up our responsibility. And our responsibility essentially carries on all the way to the city of Auburn and beyond. Does that answer that
It does.
question?
I mean, I know that we always have to talk about whose road is this.
Right.
So, all right, thank you.
I have one other question. This middle school that they're proposing, is there going to be sports facilities in there as well, or is it just a school?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
there will be.
It's going to be a full-fledged facility.
That will bottle up traffic even more to have that. All right.
So this is a project we've been talking about or considering for a long time, and the development of the middle school has sort of accelerated the process.
I would say that is correct.
Yeah, and so the timeline is pretty quick. Are we confident that we're going to be able to do that?
Yes. That's why the project is only a half-mile in length, even though the roundabout itself will involve the approaches to the 4 quadrants. So we'll have to do a little bit of work on 29th Street east and west of Auburn Road, and we'll do a little bit of work on Auburn Road south of 29th Street, just because we have to include the approaches to the roundabout, splitter islands, et cetera, et cetera. But with the half-mile addition to Auburn Road, I'm confident we can get that done and completed by August of 2025. But I caution everyone, if the project creeps and gets larger and larger and requires more money, then all bets are off. So I think right now, we have a project size that is something that we can accomplish in a timely fashion.
And afford.
And afford,
Yeah.
that's right.
So, any further questions?
Nope.
I would move for approval.
I'll second. Motion's been made by Commissioner Rippon, seconded by Commissioner Mays. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0.
Thank you.
Kurt. Next item, please.
Item C, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider approval to award bid number 048-22 to Gardner Roofing and negotiate a contract for Lake Shawnee Shelter number 6 roof and gutter replacement at a cost of $7,280 plus $80 per foot for roof decking, utilizing the department's Building Maintenance 3R Fund. In addition, requesting to rebid the siding, windows, and trim replacement portion of the project.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jess Rakestraw, Parks and Recreation. You recently approved us to go out to bid for some exterior improvements at Shelter 6 at Lake Shawnee. We received multiple bids on the roof, gutter, and downspout portion of the project and would like to begin negotiating a contract with Gardner Roofing, being the low bidder. Unfortunately, we didn't get any bids for the siding, window, and trim portions, so we were also requesting to go back out to bid for those items. So, be happy to answer any questions you've got.
Questions?
None.
Okay. Well, then I'll move for approval.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Rippon. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you. Next item, please.
Item D, Department of Corrections. Number 1, consider acceptance of the lowest responsive bid from Kansas Correctional Industries for inmate beds and approve purchase of 40 bunk beds and 5 single beds. The total cost for the bid is $59,035. Funding will come from the Detention Center 2022 budgetary funds.
Good morning, Commissioners. Eve Kendall, Department of Corrections. Back in August, you approved us to go out for bids for this project, and this is just the completion of the bids and hopefully approval for us to purchase. The funding is coming from our budget, our 2022 budget, so we'd like to get this on the road. There is about a 12-week turnaround from ordering to receiving, so we probably won't get these until the first part of 2023, but we're happy that it is the state that we're going to be giving our money to instead of someone out in the nation somewhere. But this will help us with our population that seems to be increasing, and I look forward to any questions you might have.
Questions? Eve, I have a question. A highly publicized incident happened with a bunk bed in the Little League World Series this year. A kid fell out of a bunk bed. He was in a
Yes.
coma. I mean, are we confident that these are the types of bunk beds that won't happen with?
Well, sir, I'd like to say I'm 100% sure,
Okay.
but people can do some crazy things sometimes. The beds that we are purchasing do have a bar going across the top bunk, so that they have to go up over that bar to
Okay.
reach the ground. So
Good. Okay.
I know, sir, we try and think of things.
It's a big lawsuit associated with that now, so.
This
Okay.
is Jim Krell, Shawnee
Yeah.
County Counselor. All of our beds, equipment have to meet American Correctional Association standards. So sometimes people see the amount of these bids and they think, my God, why are you spending so much money? It's because it's for a correctional institution, and when you start thinking about how items can be misused, you start to understand why they have to be built the way they're built and why they have the expense. And again, to the point, they do meet the certain standards. They're not just, we don't just put anything in there.
Okay, appreciate that. Thank you. All right, well then I'll move for acceptance.
Second.
Motion's been made by Commissioner Mays, seconded by Commissioner Cook. Those in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next item, please.
Item 5, public comment.
I don't have anyone signed up for public comment. Is there anyone from the public wishing to speak today? Seeing none, next item, please.
Item 6, administrative communication.
Any administrative communications?
Tim Lorette, Parks and Recreation Department. I want to remind everybody that we're having our Fit Lot dedication today at Willow Park at 11 o'clock. So if you remember, the fitlock was actually installed back in 2020, but COVID sort of hampered our ability to do the dedication then. But at that time, it was in celebration of AARP's 60th anniversary. So since then, I'm gonna brag a little bit. We've had 230 participants have signed up for classes at the Fit Lot, which are free. 23 different classes have been offered, including 8 introductory classes and 14 regular series classes. So it's been a very popular addition to Willow Park and something we're pretty proud of, and I hope everybody can make it out at 11 o'clock today. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other administrative communications today? Commissioner Rippon?
Well, I attended the War on 24, a football game between Rossville and Silver Lake, and it lived up to its billing. It was a great game. Ended up going into overtime, and Silver Lake came out on top this year with a gutty go for 2 points conversion at the end of the game. But anyway, that was my weekend.
All right.
And K-State, of course.
Great. Commissioner Cook?
Well, I know that I saw you at the Garden Glow with your family, and it was a well-attended event. I just want to thank Parks and Rec for putting that on and all the hard work that goes into it.
Yeah, as well as the Friends of Ward Mead, I believe, do a lot of the actual installation of the lighting and stuff. I know Commissioner Rippon's probably helped out quite a bit putting that stuff up, so it was a great event. I don't really have much to add, though, so next.
Commissioner Cook, were you ever 4-H king?
I was never the king, but I was a 10-year 4-H participant and got my seal and recognition, so.
Very good.
And you? Were you ever 4-H
No,
king?
I-
Okay, just
I was
checking.
never a 4-H king.
All right, next item, please.
Item 7, executive session.
We do not have a need for executive session today, so we're adjourned.